All right, Coach Mazey, it's kind of been a dramatic turn of fortunes in Atoka. Had some down times football for quite a while, but you've come in there and kind of this kind of high octane offensive attack, and kind of putting Atoka football back on the map.
Yeah, it's been a drastic turnaround, if you will, from their standpoint. It was a situation I went into coming back around my home area, knowing what they had in the past athletically, and really wanting to make it my own and build something from the ground up. And I knew I could do that at a place like Atoka. It was a situation that had been down for one reason or another. I'm not sure which. When I got there, was a very, very lack of fundamentals. And I broke it down. We did all fundamentals, and I played a lot of young guys. I think in my first year, we played 17 freshmen and sophomores started. So it was a tough first year, but kids got experience. The next year we go 5-5, miss the playoffs by two points, and the rest is history. You know, the kids really bought in. They're having fun, and it's really paid off.
And that, I guess, leads you to where you are today. With one of the most explosive offenses in the state. But I guess the big thing is making the move to 3A, which, loaded classification.
Yeah, it's. I think the move up is a big deal in everybody's eyes. I think we were fortunate enough to go to a district where we can be competitive, and it's really wide open to anybody who plays week in and week out. And the thing for us and the thing for the kids, it's a change that they're not used to, and it's get a chance to play teams that they don't know much about. We're not playing the Davis and the Sulphurs and Plainviews every single year, because that's all these kids have known is Davis, Plainview, Sulphur every year. So even if we are playing a team that may have really good tradition, the kids don't know about it. And I think it's a chance for us to go out and see what we're made of, week in and week out.
Well, even with the jump up to Class 3A, you still got to feel pretty good about your offense, and probably still going to be able to put points on the board just about against about anybody you play. But I guess defensively is going to be the key. Last year, kind of lost a shootout at the end of the year that ended your season in the playoffs. And what have you done in the off season to kind of shore up the defense?
Defensively, we're gonna employ the same scheme. It may be a little different. On Friday nights, we're gonna live and die by some things that we didn't in the past, and we're gonna rely on some pressures and things like that. There may be a game that we score 50 and lose 50-40 or win 50-40. It's we're still going to emphasize offense, but for us to take that next step and be the team that I want us to be, we're going to have to get better on defense. So we've really tried to focus on that, focus on intensity. And it's really going from whistle to whistle. I see, when I go back and evaluate film, we took plays off on defense because we were saving it for offense. And we've tried to platoon the best we can and put kids in the best situation where they can go as hard as they can on defense. And that's where we're at right now.
LT, talk about elaborate a little bit more on what Coach Mazey talked about. You've kind of been the benefactor of the system coming in and throwing the ball 50 times a game. You got to. It's kind of really played into what your talents are, kind of.
Yeah, he puts us in the best situation possible. He calls the plays. I just go out there and run them. He puts us where we need to be. We go out there, throw the ball where he want us to put it. We just go out there and play the game.
Well, how fun has that been for you over the last couple of years?
It's been real fun. Us throwing the ball around makes the game more exciting. Makes people in the stands have a better, atmosphere, better game. It's really exciting.
And you've had some pretty good receivers too over the last couple of years to throwing the ball to. Just like those two guys sitting up here with you right now.
Yeah, this one right here, Trey Stevens, he can run a route pretty good. He can go out there, make a play when he wants to. And Jordan Harrison, he's our deep threat right there. He can go out there, run a route, go deep and catch a ball when I throw it up.
Well, Trey, talk about that. What makes the combination with you and y'all and LT so lethal? Able to put points on the board like you are.
It's just the plays that the coach runs, and we work on it every day, and we get it precise. And we've known each other for, 10 years, and so it's just like a chemistry we have with all of his receivers. So.
And what about you, Jordan? Kind of the same thing with the connection with I mean,
Yeah,
those
like
teams-
Trey said, we've all been playing with each other since Pee Wee football, so we pretty know what each other can do, you know. And everybody got the same kind of mindset. Go out there and win.
Now, Coach, I mean, a little bit different district. I mean, you talked about, I mean, a whole lot of new teams on the schedule this year. I mean, what are your thoughts about the district that you're in overall?
The thoughts on the district, I think it's a situation where last year I thought we had a chance to beat Sulphur, and I think we gave it away. I think the teams are going to be more of that caliber throughout the schedule. You know, they're going to be a Sulphur type team, and they may not be the best team in the world, but they're going to be solid and sound in what they do. Not a knock against Marietta or Kingston, but we don't have that on our schedule this year. We don't have a down week where I can sit a couple kids because of an injury. We're going to have to play week in and week out. That's the situation we're in. And some teams may be more athletic than us, but like the guys said, we go out and rep what we do. We can only be as good as we can be. We can't worry about the other team. We can scheme them. We can get their tendencies. We can do all that stuff. But in the end, if these kids don't play hard and execute, they're not going to win. In my opinion, I think we have a chance to win the district. But that's up to those guys and how us as coaches prepare these guys week in and week out. So it's just one of those things that I talked to Coach Jones from Valiant, and really you try to put it on paper. If you go put it on paper, if you go tradition-wise, it's Seminole. If you put it numbers-wise and past records and all that, it's wide open. You don't know from week to week who's going to win. And I've tried to put it on paper, and I've tried to balance it out. It just doesn't happen. You've got to find out who's coming to play each week.
It seems like, I guess, I mean, with the teams you talked about, the Sulphurs and Davises and stuff, I mean, really seem like those are more power type teams and everything, whereas, I mean, you're playing a little bit more Eastern district now and a little bit more athletic and skilled.
Yeah, definitely more athletic and skilled, and maybe not as sound, but a little more wide open. And you know, sometimes those type teams can do some really scary things to you, and some things that you weren't prepared for. You know, I can say with Davis and Sulphur, you knew what you were going to get, and you tried to stop it. And I don't know with these guys. I've been trying to hustle up some film on some of them, and do what I can to prepare a little bit before we see them. But Idabel has a new coach. Hugo has a new coach. I've never seen Stigler. I know they're similar to us. They're a little more wide open, a little more spread. I think it'll prepare us, if we're in a situation to get to the playoffs, I think it'll prepare us a little better because we go from a straight running district last year to playing Bridge Creek, who's wide open. And before you know it, they're up by 20, then it becomes a shootout. So I think it'll prepare us a little better as far as the schemes and the athleticism. I just think, it's just like I said, it's up to the boys and how we prepare them as coaches.
I guess you got that Stigler game circled on your calendar. I mean, you may be playing on midnight on that one.
Yeah, that's a situation we may not get out of there anytime soon. So it'll be exciting. It'll be a fun one to watch. I will say that.
Every may put it in the ball. There might be 150 passes that game.
Yeah, there may be. I don't know. Don't know much about him other than statistics, but I know he's done a good job over there.
LT's career passing record, is that in the back of your mind?
Yeah, it's there, but I ain't worried about it. I'm just gonna go out there and play the game. If I break it, I break it. But I want to go out there and win the game. I ain't worried about no records right now.
Dave?
Good to go.